I guess I'll start off. I had the nacho fries.
I love that.
We're gonna continue.
Yeah, I love that. Go ahead.
This is a continuation from. Was it the last episode we talked about this?
What episode? Either last one or
I think it was the episode. Episode 16, yeah.
Or the episode before this one, where Hector was being very disrespectful towards the the Taco Bell commercial. It was like a cool anime.
Yeah.
So I had him. I think it was the next day, right after we finished recording. I went to a.
Oh, you had it that quick?
Yeah, it was the next day, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to a Taco Bell. I ordered the nacho fries.
Okay.
Right. I said 1 nacho fries, please.
That's all you got?
Wait, that's it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I was like, wow.
I was like, that is a terrible order. Just to have.
No, of course
Very
not.
determined.
Only 1 nacho fry, please. 1 nacho fry. No, so I ordered the nacho fries. It was like $1 or something. I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cheap. And I ordered the one thing that you talked about, the chalupa thingy.
Yeah.
With
Fire? No.
Like it's like a hexagon, and there's like a
the crunch wrap.
I think that's there's like a tostada in there or some shit.
Yeah, that's crunch wrap. Yeah.
I ordered that and then like a drink, right?
Okay.
Because it was lunchtime.
Was it Baja Blast or not?
No Baja Blast. No,
Okay,
no.
What is that? What is Baja?
Mandu Baja Blast.
It's a Mountain Dew specifically only for Taco Bell. Like Taco Bell is the only place you can get it.
Yes.
But like, what's different about it? Like, is it a color thing or
the color's different. It tastes a little bit different. To be honest, guys, I do bring up Baja Blast a lot, but I kind of just memeing it. I don't like Baja Blast. It.
I don't like Baja Blast.
It doesn't taste that great.
My brother loves it. I don't.
Yeah, it doesn't taste that great. Now, funny enough, in the summertime, you can buy Baja Blast at stores and gas stations. Yes, they do bottle Baja Blast at like gas stations. You could buy some.
I actually think I have seen that before.
But only in the summertime, by the way. And they also have like a pineapple flavored one too. It's all under Baja Blast. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but anyway, that's not the point. So, it was lunchtime. I was at work. I normally would get me something like Popeyes or like a burger or some shit,
Mm-hmm.
Of course, not eating healthy. But and I was like, you know what? I said I was going to get some nacho fries. And so then, I picked it up. I picked up the nacho fries. I picked up, I said, what the fuck is it called? Chalupa? What the hell that shit's called?
Crunch wrap.
That.
He really wants it to be a chalupa.
And a drink. And what did I get to drink? I think it was like lemonade. I don't remember.
But you got the Baja Blast.
No, I didn't. No.
Okay.
I meme that I love Baja Blast.
But you really don't.
But I really don't.
Okay,
I really don't.
I have a question. Why do you have a preference for lemonade? This is completely off topic.
Lemonade's delicious, bro.
No, it's really good. I've actually been loving.
Delicious.
They're called Sunjoys at Chick-fil-A, but it's it's Arnold Palmer's, which is like iced tea and lemonade mixed together.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Arnold
good.
Palmer's delicious.
I fucking love Arnold Palmer's.
Yeah.
I didn't hop on until like recently, but it's really good.
Yeah.
What you were saying?
Yeah, I love lemonade. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Crunch wrap.
Yeah,
lemonade.
So my chalupa crunch wrap.
Okay.
So first of all, I'm like, okay, let me try the nacho fries first. Right? That's why I'm here. And so I parked my car, right? So I'm sitting in my car, got my windows down, it's a nice breeze coming through. I'm setting up the scene, Hector. So then, I bust out the nacho fries. They're tiny. I mean, I paid $1 for them, so I guess I expected. I don't know what I expect, but like they were like it was like a tiny cup, like small fries, okay. Right?
What was the length of the fries?
The fries they're pretty like they're like regular fries. No, I think McDonald's fries are a little bit longer.
Okay. So you got some short stubby fries.
So they got some yeah, so a little bit. They're a little bit on the smaller side of fries, I guess you can say. So I pulled out the fries. I'm like, okay, it's a tiny cup. What did I expect? It's $1. That's my thought process. I pulled out the cup of cheese because there's a little plastic cup in it.
Was it cold?
No, it was warm.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes.
I like warm cheese.
Yeah. Who likes cold cheese? Well, no, I mean, depends on the cheese. Depends on the cheese.
Growing up, like the ones that came in the clear packaging with like the breadsticks, like the little breadsticks, that was cold cheese.
That's true. That's true.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry. I'll start. Stop.
That's right. So I opened up the little container, right? Warm cheese. I grabbed the first fry. The fries are seasoned, by the way.
Yeah.
There's like a little bit of seasoning on there. I dip my fry into the cheese, take a bite, and I was like, this is just fries with nacho cheese. And that's it.
They're just seasoned fries with nacho cheese?
There's nothing special to them. They're just fries with nacho cheese. They're literally cheese fries. I ate cheese fries.
But You've had better cheese fries.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, definitely had better cheese fries. These weren't as amazing. The anime made it seem so much better. Not gonna lie.
But it did its point.
It did.
Where you went to go buy.
I did.
cheese
Yeah,
fries.
yeah. See,
Smart marketing, guys.
exactly. I thought my car was gonna transform into a Gundam, into a mech, but it didn't. And then I had my Chalupa Crunch Wrap. It was alright. It was alright.
Crunch Wrap. I love you coming up with new items for.
Thank you. There you go. Take that, Taco Bell. You can use that. It was alright. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, I know. I said I was gonna do it, but I haven't been around a Taco Bell to actually buy one. So I'm gonna take your word on it and say cool.
I mean, if you just want to try it for yourself, I would say go for it. Just watch the anime. That's my recommendation.
Just watch the commercial.
Just watch the commercial over and over again. You'll get more enjoyment out of the commercial.
Okay. Well, with that being said,
that's
guys,
my review of the nacho fries from Taco
I mean,
Bell.
it works.
It's a pretty good review.
Yeah,
It's all right.
All right, yeah.
Watch the anime instead.
Yeah, watch the anime. Watch the anime commercial.
But speaking of anime, welcome everybody. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Bento Boxcast. This is episode 17 of season 2. We are coming at you at a very weird time. We are on a new platform.
We're transitioning.
Yeah, we're transitioning to a whole new stage, right? You know, like K-On, where we're playing these musical instruments for everyone to see, and now we're ready. We're getting this. We were prepping for the stage, and now we're here.
Love it.
This past week, you know what I'm saying? The reference, love that.
Love that you brought up K-On.
Exactly. You know, I had to just for my main man. But
thank you,
guys. We are here coming at you on the Geek Jar 3000 YouTube channel, which is definitely different. I know, guys, but this is a hub for all entertainment, for all geek, nerdy stuff related. Trust me, you'll find it here. So if you guys like video game stuff, just click on the channel, look at the rest of the stuff. But if you're here for anime and you're new to anime, welcome. We'll openly invite you, pull up to the kotatsu, get nice and cozy. But not only that, guys, we are the most animeist podcast of literally all the internet. We're here coming at you on whatever audio platform you may choose, but we got you covered on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, or any other platform associated with Anchor.com. And for those of you that may or may not know, new or old, you, the listener, has an opportunity, a chance in every episode to give us some talking points, give us some suggestions, and give us some stuff to discuss, all on this platform, all on this audio experience. And so tweet at us at the Bento Boxcast or at GeekJar3000, or you could also tweet at us at our personal Twitters, or join the Discord, which everything will be in the description down below. So definitely feel free to get involved in our community. And guys, we are here on this now nerdy hub that is Geek Jar 3000. So for those of you that may or may not know, this is episode 17, but anything before episode 17, so 1 through 16, is going to stay on our Bento Boxcast channel. So welcome to a new chapter. We're here. We're going to be doing things a little bit different as the rest of the season goes on, guys, but you'll kind of be informed with that as we get there. For now, we're sticking with episode 17, and we'll update you guys as we go.
Right.
Yeah, but what you guys are here for?
We're in a transition period.
Exactly, yeah, so like you said. If anything, no, okay, I take back my little K-On reference. Oh. We're tuning up the instruments right now. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're getting the things ready for the stage. This is our intro episode, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rafa is warming up his vocals. Renee is tuning the guitar.
Okay, cool. I'm like, I'm not really good at any instrument, so that's great to hear,
You're tuning up the guitar. I'm over here cracking my fingers for the piano. You know
right.
What I'm
wow.
Right.
Do you know how to play?
I actually do.
Oh, that's nice.
No, you don't.
I actually know how to play 5 instruments.
No, you don't. You're
really
such a fucking liar.
I went to
what?
I went to I went to school to play piano.
Liar.
No, on God.
Wow. Continue.
On everything.
Continue.
Piano,
Liar.
The drums.
Liar.
I know how to play the flute.
Liar. You do not know.
I do. Ask Kenny.
You're such a fucking
in high
liar,
school.
bro.
I literally learned to play the flute because I was in band class.
All right, continue. All right.
Dude, you're gonna look so dumb when you're wrong.
You tell him to continue and you keep cutting him.
I know how to play the guitar.
Liar. Oh my god, such a liar. Okay,
and of course, the triangle.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That one's just a horse fuckery, but you know.
So you know, allegedly.
Well, the recorder counts, but I'm not counting that one.
I play the recorder.
Everybody learns the recorder. That doesn't count. Allegedly, you know how to play 4 instruments.
Not allegedly, I know how.
Guitar, piano,
flute
and drums. I want you. Okay.
Specifically the snare drums.
Okay. I'm gonna bring a guitar.
Okay.
Bring a flute.
I'm not bringing all these.
You're gonna prove it to me. You gotta prove it to me. I don't believe you.
Okay.
You have footage of you doing this?
Well, I have proof from Kenny for the flute. because he was in my band
Bro,
class.
Kenny a liar, bro. I don't. No. You guys are bros. You guys sticking together on this. I need proof. I need hard evidence of this.
And then piano I went to school for, legit school for.
That's cool.
You got a certificate that says, "Hey, Hector knows how to play piano."
Probably somewhere, yeah.
Did you do like piano competitions?
No. So
Okay.
I forgot. I even forgot the name of the school, but
Not Shy Arts. You didn't go to Shy Arts.
no.
No, you went to
this was
Shea
like
Arts.
this was like an after-school program. You're so terrible. But yeah, no, I went there for like a minute. I got to the point where I had like private lessons with like the teachers,
That's cool.
and
What happened?
I was a little shit, and I was like,
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
I was a little shit. No, okay, this is the level of my expertise. I actually auditioned for and got accepted by the youth program at the Chicago Symphony Orchestra.
Wow. And what happened? You got into drugs?
No, I was
to
a little
women?
shit, and I'm like, I don't want to play piano anymore.
Wow,
Drugs and
that
women.
extreme.
Drugs and women? You hit rock bottom?
No, yeah, I was a little shit, and I was just like, nah, I don't want to do this anymore.
You're such a liar, bro.
No, on God,
You're such a liar.
on everything, on my mother.
I believe you, Hector.
I need proof.
Okay, I'll bring proof.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm like those guys who don't believe in ghosts. You know, and any hard evidence.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Thank
Yeah,
you. See,
yeah.
Renee knows exactly. See, me
Let's
and
not
Renee
talk
don't
about
believe
that,
you.
Anyway,
You play these instruments.
I'm gonna reel it back into anime, guys. I think with that being said, it is time for us to catch the 420 news.
Oh shoot! Let me pull up my script. I actually do have a script for this.
Did
'cause
you really?
Yeah, because I don't remember the shit I
I'm so proud
say.
of you, Rafa.
Thanks.
I mean, I'm glad that you're coming prepared. That's definitely a plus.
No, this is one I wrote a long time ago, so I'm not prepared today, unfortunately.
You could have just played it off as like, yeah, I'm 100%
I'm
really
I'm
prepared.
Yeah. See, but I'm not a liar like you.
Okay.
How you lie about your
Wow.
instruments.
Back to this.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't like it when you guys fight. Please.
Live from the Bento Boxcast newsroom. This is the Bento Box Weekly News Update. Good afternoon, everyone. This is different. And this is also different, Sunday. I'm Rafa, and welcome to the... What time is it?
420.
It's 4:18. You need to stop lying to me, Hector. It's 4:18 p.m. edition of the Bento Box Weekly News Update. Taking a look at the top stories this hour. Does Hector really know how to play four instruments? My sources say no.
Okay.
And later on tonight, we're going to interview Hector's family to really find out if he knows how to play these instruments. But first, we have our out in the field anime correspondents, Hector, Renee, and myself, with the latest anime news updates. Thanks. Take it away, guys. And me.
It's so
You
hard to
timed
be
that so
serious
well.
after you do that. It's so hard.
Yeah, it's like
I do it every week, so I kind of got used to like
you say some dumb stuff. No, that you timed that so well.
Yeah,
It stopped right when you needed to stop. I don't know if it would continue, but
it will continue.
by the way, guys, crazy. But because we're at this new, studio and new channel, we actually have the ability to add sound bits and sound.
Yeah,
stuff
like
in the
this.
Exactly.
Now that's borrowed from the Geek Shark boys,
Yeah.
but eventually we'll have our own.
So we'll have our own
effects.
preset, on the little turntables, whatnot, and we'll have our own anime stuff. We gotta add
Which one?
the Yamate, but I was like, never mind.
Which one?
It's Yamate. I forgot how to go.
Where's
Yamate
this from?
Or like it's just like stuff that like
Oh,
anime
just what they
characters.
say.
It's like meme. It's like meme shit.
Memey
Yeah.
stuff, or like ara.
Ara.
That one we have to
Ara,
have.
yeah,
We have to have. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to definitely shoot them at
There's
us.
the Nani.
Oh,
that one's
one.
good.
We
Yeah.
have to have
should
that
have
one.
that
So
one.
we'll
I
have
know
stuff
that
like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right. So there you go. Take it away, whoever's first.
All right. I guess that's me. So this article is from Anime News Network. It's about the latest My Hero Academia movie, World Heroes Mission, and it's the third anime film of the My Hero franchise. And I think it came out, what was it, like last week or so in Japan, and it actually earned approximately 310 million yen, which is about $2.81 million dollars in the US on its opening day, which was last Friday. And it sold approximately 240,000 tickets. The film earned 229.2% more than the previous films in the franchise, which were the My Hero, Heroes Rising, and then I don't know what the first movie was called. But anyways, this movie did better than the previous two. But yeah, I mean, I don't know when we're actually going to get a release date for this movie here, but I'm super stoked, and it seems like it's doing really well. It did really good on its opening weekend. Just makes me more excited to see it. As I said, hopefully we get a release date soon. But yes, guys, I mean, I know we've talked about it before, but are you guys just as excited?
Oh, even more so now, especially because like how much money they've made.
Mhm.
Like that just even goes to show. I mean, granted, that isn't a super indicator to like it's a great movie, but like just them making that much money and then knowing that whenever something grosses that much money, or at least over there, especially with like My Hero, like it gets people excited over here. On the we're the Western Hemisphere, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So like
You're
in the
Western
West,
side.
right? So like, you know how like Dragon Ball came out and the Dragon Ball Broly movie came out like 3 months later. Or what movie was it that like came out later that was like really big? Oh, the Demon Slayer. There you go. That's what I was saying.
Demon? Yeah.
Yeah. So it came out like
That
3
one
months
did really
later. So the Japanese release came out in December of last year, and then we got it like in March.
Yeah.
So like I'm guessing that it'll probably be at least a 3-month minimum for it to come over here.
So in the
So-
fall, yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be. It kind of sucks unless like. Well, I mean, movie theaters are kind of opening up a lot more now. So like, I'm hoping it's like within the next month. If that's the case, oh, dude, I'm so amped, so psyched for it. But if not, I mean, I don't mind the 3 month. If it's definitely longer than 3 months, then that's kind of really sucks. Especially because the anime itself is hyping up
Mhm.
the movie. Like we see it at the end credit scenes, and things like that. So it's like I'm super excited for it. I can't wait for it. I mean, yeah.
Do you think the reason why it takes so long for us to get the movie over here is because they have to get the dub version ready?
I would say yeah, and also get like the appropriate rights to show it here.
Mm-hmm.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with like all
And
the
have like the sub version ready also.
yeah. The sub. Well, I think the sub would be pretty easy to do, like just translating and then just add the subtitles onto the screen or onto the viewing. I think
Yeah,
that's
but
easy.
they're not just gonna bring it with only sub.
Oh no,
They
yeah,
never do. They have the
because they
sub
always
and
do a dub. Always, yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember, but I accidentally bought tickets to the dub version of Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you did
yeah.
tell
Yeah, so yeah, that was definitely something I got to watch out for this one. But
You
but
can't
yeah,
on Funimation. Is it on Funimation? I think.
yeah, now it's on Funimation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's been on
Mhm.
Funimation for a while.
So if you guys want to check that out, check that one out. But I mean, yeah, I'm excited for this Heroes movie.
Yeah, it's cool. Can I mean like you said, like the show is building it up. You know, you have Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki together.
You say icy hot?
Mhm.
I see
always
how-
call it-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know for
once
once
you
I
pronounce
remember
it
his
I
name.
was a little
Yeah, I know,
surprised.
right?
You caught me off guard there.
Yeah, I know, right?
Todoroki, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, for once I remember his name. Yeah, like so they have them together, plotting around in the show. So it's like you can clearly tell they're building up the movie. So it's
Mhm.
there's a lot of hype around this movie. So it should be good, man. Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. All right, so now it's my turn. So as you guys know, I'm a big JoJo fan. I carry the JoJo flag everywhere I go. I want everybody to watch it and have a good time with JoJo. I'm still waiting for you to watch it, Renee.
I started it. You can't be
Yeah,
mad.
you started it.
Hey guys, I'm doing my best. Okay, I'm watching a lot of anime each week. JoJo was good. I
True.
think I watched the first like episode or two.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable.
To be fair, I've not seen a single episode of Castlevania since then, so
Seeing what you can't start these fights.
I
Rob.
know, I
You're
know.
picking bad fights here.
I'm picking fights that
Losing battles.
But
exactly.
JoJo, from what I've seen, is pretty good. It's definitely on my list.
Okay, great. So let's move on before Renee beats me up. Here, this is the title of this article. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean breaks out first teaser trailer visual, like comma visual. Netflix December worldwide release. So pretty much, what the article is saying is that a teaser trailer came out for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean, which is part 6 of JoJo. There's a teaser trailer. You can see some clips of the anime on there. It looks really nice. It looks really animated. It looks JoJo's all the way, 100%. And it's gonna be Netflix worldwide release December of this year. So the end of the year, we're gonna get a new JoJo anime, which is awesome. Every single time there's a new JoJo, the fans are always behind it. Everybody's hyped for it. Can't wait. This is big stuff here, guys. Now, also, I don't remember. I think it's in January 2022. I think is what the article said. Is when the anime itself is gonna air in like on TV in Japan.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, on Japanese television, the anime is gonna air in January, but worldwide we're gonna have it on Netflix a month beforehand.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's really cool to see. Another really big important thing about this is that, so part 1 to part 6 of JoJo is all considered the same storyline, the same universe.
Okay.
Okay. So part 7 and part 8 of JoJo are a different universe, different story.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a really big moment because at the end of part 6 is pretty much the end of that universe.
Okay.
There's no other continuation of those characters, of that story. So this is a big deal because if they are going to continue making JoJo anime, they're going to transition over to the new
stuff,
the new alternative universe that I forgot the name, the guy who makes JoJo started producing, which part 7 and part 8 are pretty cool too in their own rights. And part 6 does have some controversy. The people do have some controversy with part 6, especially how it ends. But it's JoJo. I love JoJo. I can't wait for this. It revolves around Jolene Kutsuro. I think that's her last name. She is the daughter of I forgot his name. They're all nicknamed JoJo, and I just call him JoJo. Jotaro from part 3. So the part where Stan's got introduced and the main guy, the guy that says yada yada.
Oh yeah.
Him. So yeah, he has a kid, and this is the daughter. She gets arrested for a crime that she didn't commit, and she's in jail. But it's JoJo, so everybody's wearing cool outfits, have crazy haircuts in prison, and people have powers and shit, and it gets wacky, and just JoJo-ness happens. So I'm excited. The fans are excited. We can't wait to see what happens. And I love that it's coming out this year. And yes, it's at the end of the year, but it's at least this year.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a weird upload schedule. Like, because it'll be right in the middle of fall.
Right.
So it's like, actually no, towards the end of fall, right? Because like January is the
cutoff. It's at the end of fall.
Yeah.
But it is a weird date to be released, but it's Netflix. And Netflix plays it by their own rules. Netflix don't follow.
Yeah, that is true.
The anime seasons, they put out whenever the fuck they want to put things out.
Also, do you think it's gonna be all one big upload to Netflix, or are they gonna do like the
weekly
other stuff?
release?
Yeah, the weekly releases.
I don't know.
Would you be mad if it's a weekly release?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
I would not be mad because I mean,
you'd come back
it would have been if it would on Crunchyroll. That's what I'd expect on Crunchyroll.
True. Yeah.
No, it'd be amazing if it's all one go. Then I could just marathon it. But if it's 1 week, then that's just what I expect from anime, anyways.
True. Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, so can't wait. I'm rewatching part 5 right now. So I'm really getting to JoJo once again. So can't wait. It's super excited for this. Good stuff.
Okay. Definitely can't say I'm like a huge fan of JoJo, but I mean I get it. Like the fandom for JoJo is like, dude, it's the blood is thicker than water type stuff. Like they are fully committed to the actual show.
Yeah, man.
But I mean, hey, speaking of like super diehard fans, Jujutsu Kaisen has returned from its hiatus in the manga. Now they announced that they were going on hiatus in June due to health reasons and making sure that the mangaka, the creator Gege Akutami, would focus on his health and just make sure he wasn't stressed out and making sure that everything was good, especially during the time in Japan where they were kind of announcing that they were going to shut down more in cities like that. So they just want to make sure his mental health and everything was like super straight, super good. And so they finally came back this past weekend, so the week before the one that we're recording on, and wow, did they come in swinging.
Oh, really?
Just as a little teaser, because it doesn't really spoil much. But Itadori and Megumi find themselves in hold on, let me see if I can remember. In an underground fight club.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm not going to say anymore, but for some reason they're in an underground fight club. And
cool.
It's very interesting because you see some faces that you've seen before. And it's like a big sting operation.
Oh my god.
It's definitely all over the place, but they came back swinging. It was an absolutely phenomenal chapter that came out. And then at the end, there was a very heartwarming message from the creator saying it was kind of really short and sweet because that's just how he is apparently, and that's just kind of his demeanor. But like he was like, thank you to all the creators, mangakas, and fans who have sent me messages of wishing me good health and everything.
Oh,
And
so
it was like
nice.
it's short and sweet, but apparently like a bunch of other like creators or mangakas from like other animes and mangas reached out to him and said, hey, hopefully you're doing well, and especially the fans who have been saying, hey, we really miss you, but we hope you're doing good. So he just had a short, sweet thing at the end where he just kind of let people know like, hey, I'm gonna be taking or thank you for understanding about the break. I'm happy you guys care about me so much, and I'm back. That's it. Short
That's
and sweet.
awesome.
But I mean, yeah, it definitely felt very dry not having Jujutsu Kaisen to look forward to every week, especially because I do catch up with like, you know, all the new stuff that comes out, all the new chapters that come out. So Jujutsu Kaisen's back. Thank God, more content to consume, and then I just can't wait for the movie and then the show to continue on because, man, is it such a good show.
Oh, I'm so jealous you're like so far ahead in the manga, but like I'm never gonna like go and read the manga. Actually,
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because like
Agreed.
it's weird. I mean, I know I agree. It's like I read it, I know exactly what's gonna happen, but like it makes me even more excited to see it
to
animated.
see the show, yeah.
But not a lot of people are like that. Like once they're like, you know, they read it, they're like, oh, I don't want to watch the anime now. But like you're kind of
You're missing out. If
yeah.
that's the
I would
case.
honestly
Right.
say the anime is a better experience. Granted, they do kind of leave out. Oh, I mean, that's just with any anime. They omit stuff from like mangas. So, but yeah.
I'm super stoked. It just made me
Cool.
more excited.
But that, Rafa, is it.
Okay, let me pull it. I don't have it here. Give me a second. Oops. Oopsies. All right. I gotta reach. Thank you so much, Hector, Renee, and myself, for the news. And that's going to be it for us here at the Bento Box Weekly News Update. Have a safe and great night. Goodbye, everybody. Hector doesn't know how to play shit.
I was waiting. I
Yeah.
was waiting for him to say something.
I was like, when is he gonna say something? But guys, this I will say, I feel very rejuvenated when it comes to anime. This season has definitely not disappointed whatsoever. I'm sure you guys can definitely agree, but
This is a good season, man. It's a really
This has
good
been
season.
a solid season.
Yeah,
so good.
definitely.
Definitely way better than spring. Fuck spring. Hard.
I'm literally watching double the shows that I watched last season.
How
Wow.
many did you watch last season? Like 4?
3.
Oh, 3. Oh, okay. Yeah. So
I'm
you're
watching
a good
6.
amount,
I'm watching 6 this season.
yeah. I remember I had a very girthy list when we first started, and I'm pretty sure like 3 or 4 shows that got chopped off the chopping block that I ended up adding. But we have been kind of teasing this for a minute. We kind of were supposed to do it earlier, but we didn't. But we're at the halfway point of summer 2021. Actually, by the time this come out, it'll probably be at that halfway point for a lot of shows.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be talking about the summer 2021 anime halfway review / recap of all the shows we've been keeping up with, shows we've dropped, shows we think we're gonna crown as our favorites of the season. Myself and Rafa or thus far.
Right.
And then we'll definitely come back towards the end of the season and give you guys a full-on review of every show that we have watched. And you never know, we might recommend each other some stuff to watch from the summer season. Who knows? We'll see.
Right.
But I mean, I'll just kick off the list real quick. I believe I had about 10 to 12 shows that I was gonna watch this season.
Okay.
5 of them got chopped. Took them off the chopping
not
block.
bad.
They jumped
Wow.
off
Really?
the boat.
Like
Yeah.
you just never got to them, or you just did
No,
not
it's
it?
like I would watch the first 2 episodes. I gave it the 3-episode rule that we always give. For those Geek Chart people that don't know, or new listeners, we usually give a show 3 episodes. So we call it the 3-episode rule. We give it 3 episodes to watch, decide if we're gonna like it, continue it or not, and then after 3 episodes we say okay, yes, no, goodbye.
Right.
But yeah, so I gave some shows 3 episodes, some shows 2, some shows 1, and I just kind of decided. For example, Girlfriend was on my list, and I raved about it for episode 1. Renee had seen some clips of it, and Rafa had watched the first episode.
Yeah.
And
Not for me.
after
Not for me
episode
at
2,
all.
I was off the ship. I was like, I'm good. You
Did it
guys
get too
can go.
weird?
It got weirder and weirder, and then it just got more wackier. Where I'm like, this doesn't make sense. This like you basically Rafa's complaint, and I was kind of putting up with
Yep.
it for the sake of the comedy, but like the jokes kind of became less and less funny by like episode 3, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. Like I don't really want to keep up with this. And so I didn't, especially because I started really disliking the guy main character where he was like really stupid and selfish, and I'm just like, whatever, bro. Like I'm over it.
He was selfish from episode 1. Did I tell you?
He really was, yeah. But I mean, the threesome joke caught me off guard, which is why I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, wow, I thought this was a kid show. It's not. So that's why it caught me off guard, and that's why I liked it. But definitely, I dropped that one after episode 2 to episode 3. There were some other ones that like I gave one episode a shot, didn't like it, or like the episodes that I did watch where I just felt like it wasn't enough, so I just want to binge watch it at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like there were just some shows where I'm like, yeah, this seems like a binge watch show, so I just didn't touch it anymore. But I ended up keeping 7 out of like the 10 or 12 that I had.
That's so
So
many.
still a lot. Yeah,
That's
it's still a lot, but I definitely got rid of a good amount too. But some of them are recurring shows. Which I mean, I have the One Piece, the Boruto. Those are like shows that are continuous ones that aren't necessarily new to this season. But those I always keep up with. I have been absolutely loving Boruto as of late. 100%. I am now going to say, Renee, if you want a good Naruto continuation, now is the time. But definitely look at filler skip episode charts.
Yeah,
that would 100% say.
Boruto is on my list. Trust me.
Yeah. But for the shows that I have been watching, How a Realist Hero Saved the Kingdom, Isekai, where this Japanese youth who is a college student who loves knowledge and things like that gets transported to another world. He then somehow like is being told like, hey, you are a summoned hero who our options are either to give the empire who is fighting the demons gold, or give them money and food, or summon a hero and give them a hero, because that's part of the contract deal that they made. So they decided, well, we're out of money, we're out of food, so we'll send a hero. And so he, instead of being sent, he's like, what if I can fix the money problems? What if I can fix all the kingdom's issues? And you guys don't send me. So then with him like kind of just throwing out some ideas, he becomes the king. And so he's doing all this by like fixing society and fixing the economy. And I'm just like, this is interesting. It's not like many isekais where he's overpowered, because he's really not. His only power is that it's called poltergeist, and he can put his will and mind into objects. So like how he uses it is like he'll put his will and mind into pens, and they'll be writing with his will and mind, like they're just floating ghost pens, like writing for him while he's writing on another piece of paper himself. So like he just has, like, imagine him with multiple hands, or like him being able to clone himself. Like that's what he's doing with that ability.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's like, wow, this is a pretty useless ability, but then he's like doing all this like paperwork and like fixing the economy and looking at all that stuff. So like he's like, you see these like pens writing in the background, and that's like them doing like official documents for like him. And I'm just like, that's okay. I mean, at least he's using it for something. Oh, and apparently in the recent episode, he can read through books without him actually being in front of the book and read it. So like he's sitting on his throne, and like this wolf person comes up, and he like the poltergeist, he's using it to read up on the wolf beasts or animals or people, humanoid people. And he's like, oh yeah, you guys are from so and so region. And they're like, how do you know that? He's like, oh, I read. And like in the entire time he has like these poltergeists reading for him. But pretty interesting, very weird. Also like the most recent episodes, like him showing the people of the kingdom how to eat certain foods that they normally would eat. So like they chop up a slime. Like a slime, you would think you could chop into a slime and then it turns into like jello, right? But like apparently if you beat it with the stick and the little core, it like solidifies, and then like chop it up and they make it into like pasta.
Is this a show that you're keeping up with?
Yeah, like this is a show that I'm genuinely keeping up with. I was like really surprised about it. And I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting and weird. Cool. It's a different take on isekai.
Definitely.
But a lot of my list is 100% isekais. I'm not even gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of it is like,
I figured that much. That's
like I have like 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically, Tokyo Revengers is one. No, 5. Yeah, 5 of my 7 shows are isekais.
Nice.
But that's How a Realist Hero Saved the Kingdom. Pretty good, very interesting, different take on isekai. Check it out if you guys want to. Spirit Chronicles, that's your typical. This guy's OP. He uses spirit magic. Cool. It's just an isekai where he uses spirit magic. It's another one where like the character. It's kind of, this is the interesting part about it. The guy is reincarnated into this world. However, he's reincarnated into an existing body of a child. And so he's fighting his own mental battles where like one of them is trying to take over the other. So like this entire time he's like, I have these memory flashbacks of my Japanese counterpart, but I'm Rio. I'm this guy from this world. So it's like really weird, and he has like the mind of this 16-year-old and into a body of like, well, I mean, he's growing now. I think he's like 12 at this point in the show. But it's very interesting. It's very weird. But again, it's that classic I'm OP and an isekai.
Sounds pretty boring.
That one, I like it just for what it is. But I definitely understand why people would skip on this one because it's the typical OP stuff.
Yeah.
That time I got reincarnated as the slime season 2, that's my shit. That's my joint. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I hear about that one all the time. Like, everyone's loving it.
Absolutely love it. It's so good. The action scenes are phenomenal. The character development, especially right now, the arc that we're doing, which is weird because it's a novel, not a manga. But they're also making manga for it, and the anime show is like literally like on the heels of the manga. So it's like I'm reading the manga and I'm like, you are not that ahead. So like at this point I'm like, why am I even watching this or reading this? But that time I got reincarnated as a slime, very very good. Definitely check it out. Probably one of my top picks of this season. Obviously Tokyo Revengers, obviously MHA, and of course last but not least we have my pick of the season. Remake Our Life, baby. That is such a phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
It is my one of my favorite all-time isekais. I'm like labeling it that one of my favorite. It's not my favorite because ReZero's ReZero's gonna be my favorite, but Remake Our Life. Yeah, that's my joint. I'm claiming it right now. I'm putting the flag on the hill. This is gonna be the best show for my summer 2021 viewing. This is my best show.
Wow.
It revolves around a man who in his older age found himself, like he's like in his 20s, in his late 20s, he found himself kind of going into the business route, going into this job where he worked at a video game company. It ended up going under, and this entire time he was like, man, you know, there's this like platinum generation of artists who created movies, who is an incredible singer, who's an incredible artist, like creates like incredible like drawings and stuff like that. And he's like, all these people came out during my generation, and this is where I'm at. I'm at my lowest point. I'm going back to my parents' home because I got fired from my job, or my job went under, and you know I can't live in where I'm living anymore, so I have to live back at home. And he's like, everything. If I had chosen a different path in life, this would have been all different. He goes to sleep after receiving this like letter that he was so proud of when he was younger, and he had to decide between two colleges, an art college or business college, and he decided to go the business route. He wakes up as his younger self at this crucial moment, and he's like, I can either do this boring path again or go to this artsy school and like do something that I might be able to be happy about. So he does it, and of course coincidentally he goes to like this room and board where he's living at this home, and he has to share a home with 3 other people. And what do you know, they are the 3 generation platinum star people who like is the most famous movie director in the future, who is one of the most famous singers in the future, who is the artist who he idolizes in the future. And he's like, wow, holy shit, I somehow find myself here. And it got to the point where it's like he's remembering, so he still has his mind from when he was older, and so he's remembering all these things in the future, and it's starting to kind of clash with the past because, for example, for the singer, she was very timid. She didn't really have faith in her singing. And so one way to convince her to kind of practice and get more accustomed to singing in front of people, he's like, let's say in the future that, I don't know, a website comes out, something like YouTube or something, where it's like, you know, maybe it's just Japan strictly. Let's say we start recording for fun. Let's start recording you singing, and we'll upload them to see if people can react to them and see if people love your voice. And she's like, that'll never happen. He's like, oh, yeah, that'll never happen. Yeah, for sure. But like, he knows like, oh, it's 2018, and like next year in fall, YouTube drops. So like, let's just start stocking up these videos. So like, he purposely plans a lot of the stuff he does based off of his knowledge of the future. And then so like that happens, and so he starts uploading, and then she starts to gain confidence that way. The other girl, the artist that he idolized as he was older, she got to a point where she was like, you know, I don't think I'm really worth it. I don't think I'm good enough. I think I'm just gonna stop drawing and stop doing everything I'm doing. Like, I think I'm just gonna drop out of art school. And then he like tells her, he's like, no, like, your art will save people in the future. And then he like has a flashback of himself like going through depression, and he's like, just looking at her art and seeing her beautiful art style like saved him through a lot of stuff. And so he kind of got really personal with it. He's like, your art will save people. And she's like, I want to live up to your expectations of my art. So like that kind of happened with that. And then, for example, the movie artist, he remembers seeing something of his in the future, but the student, the movie director, the future movie director, he has like this locked box where he has all of his ideas and he puts them away, and he says word for word or scene for scene what happens in the show and the movie, and the movie director goes into like this huge depression. He's like, I always thought I was special, that nobody had the same ideas I had. And here you are, said word for word, scene for scene, everything I created in my mind when I was like younger. He's like, so now I'm thinking that I'm not special. And he goes to like this whole depression phase, and he's like, it ends up being good where he's like, oh, you actually helped me to think that I can't just sit on whatever I had stocked up. I have to be better. I have to continue to grow as an artist. So it's very weird. It's very different compared to isekais. So I mean, I really enjoy it. I love it a lot. Of course, the romance started to come into the effect in the show. So yeah, there's like a little love triangle, which like that I definitely got like I hid behind a pillow because this girl kissed the main character, and then the other girl saw them kiss.
Oh, no.
And she was like
Drama.
bringing him like ice cream, and I was like,
Oh,
oh,
heartbreak.
So I hid behind a pillow, and I was like, fuck, dude.
Oh.
Actually, sounds pretty cool.
It's really good. I honestly think you would like it.
Yeah,
I genuinely think you would like it.
Okay.
So, do you think like if it wasn't for the main character going back in time to let these people know like what they're capable of, like they wouldn't be where they're at in the future? Like,
I think he's helping them improve to be even better than what they were.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Which is what I like, because like, I mean, the way I would thought of it is like, even if he wasn't there, they'd still get there somehow. But I think he's giving them like extra motivation to be better. So
no, that's awesome. Sounds good.
But yeah, that's my list.
For sure. So, my list, My Hero definitely is on there. Tokyo Revengers is on there, but we're gonna talk about those in a little bit, so I'm not gonna go into those. Let's see. I dropped 2 shows, if I remember correctly. Girlfriend. After the first,
no surprise, yeah.
After the first episode, because I mean, I already gave my thoughts on that. What was the second show? It was I was talking about is the guy who I can't remember the name. It was like
the corner store with the
the guy who made the drugstore at the different world or some shit.
The
like
isekai drugstore, yeah.
Yeah. It was funny. I watched the second episode, but I don't know. I couldn't get into it. There's nothing wrong with the show. I was just like whatever with it. Did I drop anything else? I think that's it. I don't think you had a big list. I know I had a longer list. Oh, I never got around to watching that the aquarium one. I started the episode and never finished it.
Either,
yeah, so that one also got dropped. But now onto the shows that I actually am watching, other than Tokyo Revengers and My Hero. I'm watching 4 shows. I'm gonna get this one out the way fast. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I talk about it all the time.
All the time.
Yes,
Every episode.
Yeah, I love it. It's a lot of fun. The new character, she's hilarious. She's great. She's really cool. It's just a blast, man. The season 2, it's great. I love it. If there's 2 other shows that are on my list, that if they weren't on my list, Kobayashi would be number 1. So like this is a really good season. But that's what I'm pretty much saying. What's my other show that I'm watching? Hold on, I gotta look at it. I gotta look at it because it's Miss Kobayashi.
Are you watching the villainous one?
Oh, dude. I also dropped the maid one. There was another maid one that I dropped.
I didn't even know there was another maid
I brought it up specifically one of the episodes. It was when the guy who had like the death touch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I dropped that one also. By the way, I definitely. Oh, I remember the other show. Okay, it just started airing like 2 weeks ago, like really late.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's called The Great Ja Will Not Be Defeated. I brought up this show. This show is definitely on my list. It's about this like second in command demon lady in demon world or whatever. She got defeated. And she ended up in the real world, like our world.
Oh.
And she lost all her powers, and her powers revolves around these mana crystals that she has to find, and they're all scattered throughout Earth, like Japan or whatever. And she lost so much of her power that she turned back into a little kid. So she's running around as a little kid.
What?
Yeah.
Sounds crazy.
Yeah. And she only has 1 mana crystal that she can use so she can turn into like an adult. So what she only can do for like a few hours throughout the day, So she turns into an adult and goes to work, and she lives in this shitty ass apartment. So she goes to work as a waitress. She's serving beer, and then she has to like pay rent, and she's trying to, and she like literally like lives in poverty, and it's hilarious. It's such a fun show, because it's because the character herself, she used to be second in command. So back in the demon world, she would have everything at her fingertips, right? Everything she wanted. She'll boss people around. She'll, send people to go die and crazy shit, right? Now she's literally at the opposite end. She is at rock bottom, right? She has nothing. She can't even pay rent. One of her meals were, when you guys eat like shrimp fried rice or whatever, and you guys have like the little white bean sprouts, the little thin white. She was eating those. Okay, well, she was eating. she was eating a plate of those with mayonnaise because that's all she had to eat.
That's disgusting. Oh,
hey, she's poor. Leave her alone.
I mean, I guess
she can't nothing else to eat.
I would just eat the mayonnaise.
I don't know about that.
No, I actually really don't like mayonnaise. I genuinely don't.
I just got into it like a couple years ago.
Yeah,
I didn't like it before.
Like I can't put too much of it.
No,
yeah,
I'm on rough. I like a little bit, but like once it gets too much, like you know what has this is super off topic. You know what has a lot of mayonnaise?
What?
Whoppers.
Oh really?
Burger King they put mayonnaise.
Yeah, I always get a plain Whopper,
and it's super hot. Like they put a ton. I only ask for ketchup and cheese on mine.
I don't eat enough Whoppers to know that.
Yeah, it's really gross. Also, McChickens have a lot of mayonnaise too.
They do. McChickens have mayonnaise, but I like.
And even if you ask for light mayonnaise, they still fucking.
Have you seen the machine they have? Like this is a thing that they squeeze.
Yeah.
There's like 3 little holes that squirt out the sauce.
Yeah,
I've like that.
Side note, you know what I really want? Those like soaps that have like they make the flour on your hand when you press it, and it's like a little flower of soap.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, I never heard of
You've never heard of those?
Where's
okay, well, while you talk, I'll find.
Okay, yeah. So, anyways, so there's 2 episodes that are out right now. It's a lot of fun. It's straight up a it's like I guess you can say isekai because she's in a different world. It's kind of like a fish out of what is that? Fish out of the water? Or is that the term?
The same?
Yeah, fish out of water. Yeah.
Yeah, like someone's in a different environment they're not used to, or whatever. It's a lot of fun. Did you find it?
I did.
Yeah, let me see.
So it's like you literally press it and it puts a little foam of.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, that is so cute.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Now we have to get those.
Yeah.
Now we gotta get. Yeah. Now we have to review that on here. So so yeah. So then, and like for example, like in episode 2, she runs into a maid. She had like a maid and like in the demon world, and the maid she's like super masochist. She likes being treated like shit, right? And the demon world, and she runs into her, and the maid in this world, the human world, she actually has like a lot of money. She's like super rich and like super successful, and she has like this amazing she has like this mission apartment. She has like a giant pile of like these mana crystals now, and she collected like over like within a month or some shit like that. While our main character, she can't even find one, right? So then she's like, and the main character, she has so much pride to ask for like a mana crystal and to tell her like, hey, I'm actually living in fucking poverty over here. Like she'll rather suffer than to let the maid that she used to treat like shit know that she's in shit. So it's a really funny dynamic that's going on there. There's only 2 episodes out right now, but I'm really enjoying the fuck out of it. It's a really funny show, a really fun show. Yeah, I'll put that with Miss Kobayashi.
Oh wow!
Both a lot of fun, a lot of great comedy, a lot of cute moments, stuff like that. But I move on to the 2 main shows that I'm really loving this season, and I have a really hard time picking which one's better, which one that I'm enjoying the most. I'm gonna start with Sunny Boy.
Oh really?
I'm loving this show. The art style is different, first of all. I know you guys didn't really like it, but something about it just gives it this extra level of charm to it. And like the show doesn't explain shit. Like you don't know what the fuck's happening, like at all. Like and you know as much as the characters know, pretty much. So so like there's these students and they're like in a classroom, like in this building, right? The school building. Next thing you know, the building is just like in in the abyss, like in pure darkness, right? And they've been there for quite some time. And some of the students start getting abilities. Some could fly. Some have super strength. Nobody knows why they have these superpowers. Not everybody has superpowers. Only some students have superpowers. So then there's kind of dynamic of like Lord of the Flies starts kind of going on, right? Some students start taking the lead. Some saying like, okay, well, I'm the leader. Now you gotta listen to what I say. Type of dynamic going on, right? Eventually, they end up. The school itself ends up. I don't even know how to call it, like phasing into like a new world almost. So they're like at a beach now, and then each world that they're in has different rules, and they have to figure out what the rules mean. For example, when they're at the beach, if you would give me something and I didn't pay for it, or I didn't give anything for you as an exchange, the item that you gave me will end up burning up. So like the world itself will just burn the item up.
Oh wow!
So I would have to give you
a pencil or something.
A pencil, a book, a rock, whatever that you will accept for that item that you're giving me.
Ooh.
And that's a rule of the world. That's not a power that someone made up. Right? And there's a power and there's another power where this one guy could like make up inventions, right? So he can make up like it's like an Indian kid in the show. He has like satellites and shit like that. He's really smart. And he made it himself, and he's trying to like kind of figure out like what's happening. He has like a diagram mapping out like the worlds and shit like that. There's another kid who can jump between worlds and kind of look ahead of what's going on. There's one kid that could fly. There's just this group of kids trying to go home, trying to figure out how to get home. And as the episodes go on, you find out more of who has what type of power. You find out what are the rules of each world they're in, and it's a really interesting show. And each character has their own dynamic and how they act. They're not the main characters are not one dimensional at all. And there's a lot going on, and you can kind of have a feeling of who's kind of like the antagonist of the show. It is a student in the part of the group, but they don't flat out say, "Hey, this is the bad guy." But like you're hella suspicious of this one specific kid. It's a lot of fun. You're just going along for the ride, just experiencing the crazy rules, the crazy scenarios that are going on, and you're just trying to kind of put things together. But the more you try to put things together, the more lost you get, because a new rule gets added, a new twist happens. They at the end of the last episode, I don't remember which episode it was. They think that they can go home, and the kid who can jump worlds start jumping them through worlds, and each time they jump through a new world, each world was more abstract than the last.
Got it.
So they started at a beach, and next thing, and they ended up like at a tie-dye shirt design at the end. Like it was so abstract, they didn't even know what the fuck it was like they were at, and they ended up back on the beach again. So they went nowhere. So like you're just watching their journey trying to get home, and it's really fucking cool. There's another rule that happened in when they're at the beach. If there's a kid who like, let's say we don't care about Hector, Renee, right? And we start ignoring Hector, and Hector wanders off and just starts playing on his phone for about 2 hours or so, and we go looking for him again, he's gonna be stoned, just sitting there like frozen on like looking at his phone, and he got transported into a different area inside the same world we're in, surrounded by like black curtains, and we have to kind of like fight. It's really weird shit.
It sounds really weird.
Yeah.
Yes,
cool.
It's super cool. And like the point is that we have to go in and find Hector and drag him out of that world. Like, come on, Hector, like let's go back to the real world. But Hector, like in the show, I'm kind of using Hector as an example. The kids who were stuck in that world, they didn't want to come out because everybody was ignoring them. Nobody was giving them attention. They felt like outsiders. So they're like, why do I want to leave this world where I can just hang out and just do what I want in this specific world instead of come back with you guys who are just ignoring me?
True. Okay.
So there's a lot going on. It's a really fucking great show.
Sounds super funky. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's super weird. It's super fun. Each episode's a roller coaster. I highly recommend this show.
Can you die in any of these worlds, or no? No one's died yet.
No one has died yet.
Okay.
So we
Ooh.
don't know.
Okay.
We don't know. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a giant group of class. Like it's a giant class, but there's the main characters. About 4, 5, 6 main characters. in the show, and they're the ones that are kind of like leading the charge of trying to get everybody home.
How many students are in the class, like total?
They don't say.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of background characters.
Oh, okay.
You know, there's like kids like, I just want to go home. You can take us home. You know, and then the main character's like, hey, bro, we're trying. You know, shut up. You know, like there's a kid who can fly. There's the Indian kid. There's a kid that I suspect is the bad guy. There's a girl with short hair who can kind of. She says that she can see a light, and that's what they're trying to go after. Apparently, the light's the way home that only she can see. There's the main guy who can travel through worlds. There's a girl who can like summon things, but like and she has cats with her and some shit like that. I think that's everybody. No, there's like 2 other characters I can't remember. That's like majority of the main cast right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, I highly recommend. This show is fucking amazing, man. I did not expect. I knew this show was gonna be out there by seeing the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect this.
Okay.
And that's a good thing. And the next show, this is where I'm debating with both shows. The next show is Kageki Shoujo, which I also brought up here before. It's the theater high school girl show where these well, it's not really high school because a lot of the girls are of different ages or ranges. It's more like I guess like a vocational school, I guess.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some girls are 15, some are 18. The age ranges, whatever. So it's this super exclusive theater group school where 1,000 students apply every year, and only 100 get in. Super exclusive. If you make it, you become part of this like. Almost like you get accepted to like Broadway, almost like they do shows like live shows like Romeo and Juliet. They do like live plays and shit like that, and they're holding at like this super high regard, like Broadway level high regards, right? And they're like, and they expect the best out of you and shit like that, right? So the main girl, her name is Sarasa. I can't remember her last name, but she's 5'10". Like, why am I saying her height? In the show she's considered tall, which I was like, why 5'10" is not that tall. I'm like 5'10". Apparently the average height for a woman in Japan is 5'2". So
oh wow,
yeah, I looked it up.
I'm 5'3".
Oh, so there you go.
Around, yeah.
Yeah, so
5'10" is taller than me. I'm just like
yeah, okay. Well, I guess for me it was like that's for everyone was like 5'10" is nothing. I'm 5'10", you know.
tall.
Yeah, she'd be taller than me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
So
5'9". So
5'9".
yeah, so then
Good height.
so then that's why I look. I'm like, what's the average height of a Japanese woman? Like 5'2". I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That's why they're calling her that she's really tall because 5'10" is considered really tall for a Japanese woman, apparently. So she's really tall and she's awesome. She's like the best thing out of this whole show. She has a great personality. Like she's a lot of fun, and like she wants to become like the top star, right? So in this group of like theater actors or whatever, they're all women, by the way. There's like 4 slots for like the top actors. So there's only 4 top actors of each year.
okay.
Apparently, or some shit like that, right? And this girl, she's considered like the wacky, silly, out there of the class because that's how she is, you know. And you know, like day one, in front of the whole class, in front of all the teachers, she's like telling everyone, she's like, I'm gonna be the top star of the group.
Ooh,
Nice.
okay.
That
And she
confidence.
proclaimed it. I was like, let's go, girl. Hell yeah, you do that shit, you know. I loved it. I just love that. I just love her confidence and she actually has talent and shit like that. Like she's not a fucking buffoon, you know. But she has her quirks and it's really cool. And it doesn't just follow her. It follows her classmates. Like this is another girl who she used to be in a Japanese pop idol group, but they retired her, so she got too old for the group. So they told her, you know, she had to get out. And she has a fear of men because she was sexually assaulted when she was a kid. This is legit the story. So like it has its fun moments, but at the same time it does actually get serious and actually talk about serious situations, which I really like because these they don't just feel like wacky, goofy characters. They feel like real people. Like that girl, she didn't get sexually, like, how would I say? She didn't get penetrated. Could I say that? Was that too much?
I have no idea, but
Okay, well, this is what I'm gonna say. The mom's not with the dad anymore, right?
Mhm.
So she's dating some random dude, right? And the random dude kissed her. Like he forced himself on her. And he kissed her. Like he made out with her. And she was like 12. She was like a little girl. And she was traumatized by it, right? But that's as much as the show said that it happened. You know, but I don't know I don't know if it happened more than that. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all the show showed us.
We just know something happened.
We just know something happened, right?
Mhm.
And she got traumatized to the point that she hates all men.
Okay.
She's scared of men, right? And there's the specific episode that kind of brings that up and shows us, you know, her backstory and stuff like that. And, you know, she's starting to kind of, and not just men, but like people in general. She just like she doesn't want to do nothing with nobody. She's so hurt that she wants, like, she blocks everybody out. And through, you know, being friends with the main girl, the tall girl, she starts to kind of slowly open up. And especially with men, there's a specific episode that deals with that, which I love. There's another episode with a different girl who some of the teachers tell her, like, hey, you need to lose weight because you're too fat. They straight up tell her that.
Dang.
And she's not fat. She's like a skinny, normal looking girl. And she starts what's that shit called when you make yourself throw up?
Oh, bulimic?
She does that. She eats something, goes and starts throwing it up and shit like that. She was getting really sick and stuff like that. And you know, some teachers were like, "Hey, like, what's the problem? Are you eating enough? Are you doing this and that?" And she's like, thinking to herself, "You motherfuckers were telling me not to eat. Now you're telling me to eat." You know, she was so confused and conflicted and whatever. And she was like, literally, you know, damaging herself trying to get to this image that the teachers were pushing on her. And the teachers ended up noticing, like, yeah, she's doing this. And they were able to kind of like tell her, like, hey, you need to stop that. Like, what you're doing is wrong. Like, you're hurting yourself. Yes, we expect this from you, but don't do it to the point where you're hurting yourself. So, like, the show itself, it's fun. There's fun moments, but it also deals with like real situations. It's a really good fucking show. I love the story. The latest episode, the class was recreating a scene from Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
And the main girl, she was playing one of the bad guys, I think. And like she couldn't, when she was reading the play itself, she was like at the screen reading, she did fucking horrible. They're like, "What the fuck's wrong with you? Why can't you like not? You don't know how to read your lines?" But then that night she like watched the movie like of a play, and somehow it just clicks at her. And the next day when they did the performance, she was the best one out of everyone. Like she blew everybody out the water, right?
Like that?
Yeah. And then the teacher that was like critiquing them, she said, like, Sarasa, you're the best one out of everyone. Your performance was uncanny, but as of right now, I can tell you, you're not going to be a top star. And that's how the episode ended.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's the one you're gonna recommend?
Yes, it is.
Ooh. Okay, I'm actually kind of excited to watch.
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, how are you gonna tell her she's not gonna be top star? Like, she's such a good like performing. Like, it hooked me in more than hooked in.
Ooh. Okay.
So, you know what? This is my favorite show right now. Like, Sunny Boy's like right behind it.
Right on its heels.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Kageki Shoujo is really fucking good, man. It's a real round out, really real show. It's funny. It's good drama. You like the characters. There's some characters you don't like, but you're not supposed to like them. Fucking top notch show. I was surprised with this show, Garrett.
Well, all right.
Yeah. So watch it.
Watch it right now. Go
Yeah,
right now.
watch it right now. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. So,
Sorry, I just had to look at Hector's face. But yeah, so unfortunately for me, well, I had a few shows I think I wanted to watch for summer. But I was only really able to keep up with two. I don't really watch a lot of TV, but because I'm on this podcast now, I am watching way more TV than I'm accustomed to. But the two shows that I were able to kind of keep up with, and we do talk about them weekly, are Tokyo Revengers and My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
I don't know which one we want to talk about first.
Well, actually, I was about to say.
Let's talk about Hero first.
Let's definitely talk about My Hero first. I think I want to kind of go with like a not necessarily a speed run, but a more quicker pace for like the recap for the shows, because I mean, yeah.
What happened in this episode of My Hero? It took 1 week off, right?
Yeah, so this week that we kind of skipped is the week that they took a break. But it was episode 106.
Oh, it was the episode with the guy who controlled
the lines on
the street.
He
took the main brother, and then that's when Endeavor, Toroki, Bakugo, and Deku went after the guy.
Endeavor froze up.
Endeavor froze up and I like his reasoning why he froze up. But the 3 students were able to save the brother, and the bad guy wanted Endeavor to kill him.
Yeah, to like take the full plunge.
Yeah, but which didn't happen, you know. And Endeavor had this really amazing moment with his older son, where he's like, "Hey, I didn't save you because like I thought like, in a sense, like I didn't want you to hate me more." That was like his reasoning almost.
Yeah. It's like I think if I had saved you, you would not have forgiven me, or like you wouldn't. Oh, if I had saved you, you would have never forgiven me, or that would have been the last thing. What he said prior in the episode before, where like he gave like this really hateful thing. Well, I mean, kind of warranted, but a very hateful thing was said to Endeavor, and he was like, "That would have been the last thing you said to me."
Yeah,
and so he froze up like that.
Yeah, and pretty much what Endeavor was saying to him is his oldest son's like, "Hey man, look. I know I'm a fucking asshole, and I know I'm a screw up, but like, please try just for your sister because she's trying." So eventually, what ends up happening once they take this guy away, the bad guy, Endeavor's like, "Hey, check it out, everybody. Check it out, family. You guys are gonna go live in this new house that I'm gonna build." Not himself. I'm pretty sure he's gonna hire builders.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right? He's the #1 hero. I mean,
he makes money. He'll be fine.
Right. So they're gonna make a whole new house for the family. The mom, because they're gonna release the mom from the hospital. Todoroki. Well, I mean, he's living at the campus, but I guess he has. I'm assuming he's gonna have his own room.
Yeah.
I mean, we could assume that, right?
Yeah.
The big brother and the sister, right? But the dad, Endeavor, is not gonna go with them. He's gonna stay at the house where they live in now. So his solution is to pretty much get away from them and to endure and suffer and to atone, is the word he used, for what he's done. And that's pretty much his plan. That's what they're planning to do.
Yeah, I mean...
is that the whole episode there?
Yeah, that was pretty much the entire episode.
Pretty decent speed run.
Is it? There's nothing else afterwards?
No, that literally is the entire episode.
Okay, well, there you go.
Because it ends with the cliffhanger of like, hey, I don't want you to forget this, I just want to atone.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's okay. This is my plan for it, and everybody's like shocked, and then
okay, yeah.
Cutscene, but great emotional episode. I definitely liked it a lot.
Great follow-up episode. Yeah.
I mean, from here, I don't really know. Like, I know I read the manga, but I have no idea where it's going from here.
Okay.
Like, because we're at 106, and I think that we're like maybe 2 episodes ahead of the actual season, so I think we're like at 8 episodes in. Which means we either have 4 or 4 to 6 more episodes coming.
We're going to get at least 13 episodes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we have 4 to 6 episodes coming. I genuinely have no idea where they would go with this. I'm guessing they're going to set up the movie more.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously take a break for the movie and then go into the villain arc.
Well, the movie came out Friday, so is that why we didn't get an episode? Like,
the reason why we didn't get an episode is because of the Olympics. Like, they said that they're taking a break for the Olympics this week because they wanted to have more viewership to the Olympics, especially because they are in Japan. So
right,
got it. I thought like the next scene would be technically like the movie, like whatever happens in the movie happens next after this episode.
True.
Maybe
right.
Because like we do see them get together to take down this villain, and I was like, oh, this might be leading up to like what we're gonna see in the movie. So I just thought that was the connection there, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the next episode does set up the movie.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
They did that for the first one.
Yeah, for the first one they did set up the movie. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it's really interesting. My Hero Academia, I really love this episode.
No, I enjoyed it a lot. It's a great follow up. I love the more focus on Endeavor. It's sad that his family is there's still the whole struggle going on. But it's and it's sad that he's gonna live on his own. But I mean, they're at a tight spot. They're a really hard spot right now as a family. So I mean, hopefully they could be together one day, and Endeavor can stop having that dream where he's not at the dinner table.
Oh yeah.
That sad dream that he has.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, this episode gave me hope that they will be reunited as a family at some point. Like, we obviously know, like, the daughter, like you guys said, she obviously wants her family back together. The mom's doing better. I think the older son, I forgot his name, but I think seeing when this whole situation went down, I think him having that conversation with Endeavor, like, you can tell, like, he was conflicted. He's like, yeah, like, I'm mad at my dad, but like I think he's going to eventually forgive him. Same with Todoroki. Like, I think they're getting to a point where they're going to forgive their dad for what he's done. And I feel like Endeavor's being genuine. Like, I don't think he's just like, he's not bullshitting anyone. Like, he's like, hey, I messed up, but you know what? Like, I'm gonna do this for my family. Like, I really do think they're heading into the right direction. Just a matter of time.
Definitely.
Okay,
definitely.
Well, that was our overall recap of My Hero Academia. Now, time to talk about the next show, which is Tokyo Revengers.
Ooh boy, this show crazy. So episode 17, they give us a little recap where it shows Baji and Kazutora. They killed Mikey's older brother and they're being arrested. It cuts back to Baji and them at the Valhalla group area, and Baji's like, yeah, bro, Kazutora took the fall for me, so that's why I'm hanging out with him. That's why I'm with him. Fuck Mikey, we're gonna kill him. So then it cuts to Takemichi. He runs into the second in command who was under Baji, the guy that was getting his ass beat in the last episode. He's all patched up and everything. And he's like, yo, Takemichi, don't worry, my dude. Baji is just working undercover, 007 style, getting some information for the gang. Don't worry about it. And Takemichi's like, you sure, bro? He's like, I'm sure. I know this guy. I've been with him for years.
Didn't he say, like, I just got a feeling that's what he's doing?
Yeah, he's saying because he's been around for so long that he knows. That he knows what he thinks. He's like, I was like, oh shit. When he was saying, I was like, oh shit. Okay, I see you, Baji. He's like, yeah, I know. I know what he thinks. Like, motherfucker, you don't know shit. So the kid's saying that he knows him enough that he knows what he's thinking, whatever. That Baji's working on the cover, and then they know that what's his name?
Kisaki.
Kisaki is the one that's actually in charge of Valhalla. This is his master plan to become number 2 for Toman Gang, whatever, right? This is his plan. Right? So then, like, okay, so we'll meet up with Baji and we'll talk it over. And is that, I might be getting both episodes confused here.
No, that's when it starts to flow into 18. So you're on the
okay, yeah. So then with 18 happens, Takemichi and the second command guy pretty much go to Baji and be like, hey, bro, give us the info, man. Let us know what's going on. And Baji's like, bro, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm actually with Valhalla. I'm gonna stick with them. We're gonna kill Mikey. Like, I'm not here. I'm not spying on them or nothing that shit. Like, I'm not with you guys no more. So then they go and tell that to Mikey. Mike's like, hey, bro, I guess we're gonna have to fight him. And this is how it is, bro. We're just gonna beat the shit out of them, right? So then they have like the group meeting of all Toman Gang, and Mike's like, "Hey guys, we're gonna fight Valhalla tomorrow. It's gonna happen, but I can't fight Baji. He's my friend, so I need you guys to help me out here. So you guys are gonna have to beat the shit out of Mikey, not Mikey, Baji, because I can't do it." I'm like, okay, cool, sure, why not? So so then they end up meeting up at like a junkyard place, right?
It was literally a junkyard.
And this is what this is what sold me on this show. Even though I still have problems with the time travel thing,
we don't question that. Yeah,
we don't question that. We already gave up on that. What really sold me on this show is that like they introduced all these other gangs.
Yeah.
So it was like, this is such a more This is such a bigger world than what we just know. This whole time I just thought it was the Toman gang and the Valhalla gang. Like no, they're underdogs. They're nowhere near the top.
Yeah, like nowhere.
There's all these other guys who are like even stronger and crazier than I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, this show's fucking awesome. I love that. Oh, one small complaint. Why is it always when the fat guy shows up, he's eating something in anime?
He had the pizza and he was eating it and shit. I was like, why? Why is that even necessary?
All right, yeah, sure, why not? Have the fat guy eat on screen. Why not? Go ahead.
I mean, they were saying he was like one of the toughest though and strongest.
That is true.
It's true, but
like, why have him eat?
Eating lunch.
I've been watching anime for so long. Every single time there's a fat dude on screen in anime, he's always eating. Always. I'm just saying, it kind of bothered me a little bit, but whatever.
I mean, the burger he was eating looked good.
He was munching. But yeah, so then there's another gang out there. Apparently, there's like the craziest gang. I forgot the name of it, but like they were like overseeing the fight between Valhalla and Toman, and then they're like, okay, so bring on both groups. The both groups show up, and then they're like, okay, we need both representatives, which is was it
Kazutora?
Kazutora and Draken. Yeah. And then the main guy who's like refereeing the fight is like, okay guys, do you want to do 5-on-5 your best guys, or just all out fight, just everybody fights, right? And then Kazutora knocked dude out and he's like, yo, fuck that shit.
We came here to fight. Yeah.
We came here to in the sense he said we came here to kill you guys, pretty much. That's what he said. So then they all run at each other and they're about to start fighting. That's how the episode ends.
Yeah,
big old cliffhanger. Yeah. So I can't wait. By the way, the two brothers, they look fucking cool as fuck. You know what I'm talking about?
The guys who were watching,
yeah, they look super cool. The guy with the blonde and blue hair.
Yep.
And the guy with the braids.
Yeah.
When I saw those, I'm like, yo, I want to see what the fuck they're all about.
Yeah, that was like the bigger gang, right?
Yeah, it was one of the bigger
crazier gang.
Yeah.
Dude, I have a feeling that they're gonna play some kind of role. Like, I don't think that they're just sitting on the sidelines for no reason.
By the designs, yeah, look at the designs.
They have main character designs.
Yeah, they do, definitely.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, that's you two are important.
That's why I was like, yo, this crazy ass. Like, I was just like, I'm sold.
Yeah,
I'm 100% sure. Just because on that, like, there's a bigger world that we don't even know about.
Because like, remember, I guess in the future, Toman or I guess Valhalla, because that was kind of weird. Because like,
oh, I did skip that part.
Yeah.
What is this
Draken in the future?
Well, yeah, Tomachi or whatever his guy's Takemichi. He goes back to the future. And he talks to Draken, and Draken's in prison, by the way.
Yeah, death row.
And he's in death row. He's talking to him like, "Hey man, what this happened." And he's kind of like filling in the blanks for him. And he tells him that day they lost. Toman lost that fight, and Valhalla took over of Toman. And eventually, Mikey became the leader of Valhalla.
Yep. Yeah, and he also in the future, or at that time,
and he killed
Baji and Kazutora.
Yeah, they both died the same day.
Yeah.
I thought Kazutora killed Baji, and then Mikey killed Kazutora because he killed Baji.
Is that what happened?
I'm gonna say I don't know,
because that like triggered Mikey to go after Kazutora.
Oh yeah.
I think he was the one that ended up, and he was just like, "Yo, like this was your friend. Why did you do that to Baji?" And I think that's why Mikey stepped in.
Okay.
I'm.
Also too, Mikey had like a huge burden of like wanting to forgive them, but they didn't want to accept the forgiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's when Dragon's like, why didn't I notice all the baggage Mikey was carrying?
Yeah.
So I mean, dude, like these next few episodes are about to be crazy.
They're gonna be really good.
This next one is definitely gonna set up probably the murder scene. Or the attempt to the murder scene.
This is gonna be like
the actual.
Yeah, this is gonna be a big old fight, and then it's gonna end with
another cliffhanger.
Someone trying to get murdered.
Yeah, and then, because I'm guessing like there's no way they're gonna introduce these two side characters with like crazy ass designs just to have them sit on the sideline.
Unless they're just foreshadowing stuff in the future.
Valhalla and Toman joining together as allies and then fighting them.
And then going up against.
I can see that, but I mean it'd have to be a crazy ass twist for all of them to become like unified. Mikey.
Like the way that I picture is like, you know how like for example, like with Naruto or with like, I'll use Naruto as an example. You know how when the whole the Kages were introduced or whatever, or like the tail people or whatever. Mm-hmm. We found out there's more than one person who has a tail beast in them.
Yeah, a Jinchuriki.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So then you're like, who could they be? You know, and then you slowly start finding out who they are. It's kind of like that.
Well, with like the two brothers and stuff, you're like,
that's what I feel like.
These are big shots type, like showing
like,
what's to come.
Yeah, these guys are on a whole nother level. and they're gonna pretty much be involved later on in the story.
Yeah.
They're just kind of giving us a tease now. That's what I feel. That's what the vibes that I got from that.
I definitely got the vibes of like, hey, they're gonna somehow jump into the fight.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think they're just gonna introduce him just to show them.
I think that's
because
what
remember, like, granted, Takemichi, I don't like him as a character, but somehow, some way, he always finds a way to fix whatever the issue's coming up.
Yeah.
So in my head, I already know he's gonna stop the murder of Baji and maybe Kazutora. For sure, Baji. No idea on Kazutora. I don't know if Kazutora's gonna join them or not as like an actual ally going forward, but I mean, I don't think the murder is gonna happen. But why? That's my thing. It's like, how is he gonna stop it?
Yeah, I want to see how he stops.
And so in my head, I'm like, I see these two new characters that we've never seen before. They look badass. You two are gonna have some kind of part to play in this.
No.
That's the way I see them.
That'll be cool. I mean, I love their designs. I want to see more of them. But I feel like they're just teasing us
for show, like,
for the future. What's gonna come in the future?
They weren't the only ones that they showed either. Like there were other gang members there, so I don't really think it's gonna be a situation where they're gonna join the fight.
And also, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but also they Kazutora knocked out that one guy from the other gang, so that's gonna start shit right there already.
I was surprised that like his crew
pass?
wasn't like running towards the center either. Like the guy
just
got
let
beat
the guy.
up.
Yeah, they did.
What if the enemy gang helps Toman because of that, or like something?
It could be. It could be.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's like, oh, you guys are coming at us now. Bet 2v1.
Yeah, and there's also the fat guy.
That's what I'm
his
saying.
gang.
Yeah.
He's gonna throw his burger.
Right.
He's gonna save this for later.
Right.
Run.
Exactly.
But I mean, yeah, I think the next episode is gonna be really, or the next few episodes really are gonna be really good. So, stuff to be looking out for.
All about it, man. I'm all about the show.
It's such a good show. I mean, I love all the fighting. I love all the characters. It's pretty good. It's definitely worth the watch.
The designs are getting crazier too. Yeah, so for the characters at least.
Yeah.
Also, I think Baji's really attractive. Just throwing that out there.
So but I also do think he's attractive.
Him and
he's a pretty handsome guy.
In his new Valhalla
outfit,
jacket.
Yep. 10 out of 10.
Amazing.
It's pretty sus.
I would recommend. Come on, you gotta be confident with your sexuality. Be like,
okay, I see you, baby.
Guy.
I see you, baby. All right, I do you, baby.
Too funny.
But I mean, moving forward, we'll be definitely keeping an eye out. MHA should be coming back this next week. Tokyo Revengers, we'll talk about it here. But now it's time, Rafa, for anime swap.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this because you asked me to. But I'm also gonna do this.
Whoa, why are you gonna boo?
I didn't mean to boo. I don't have my sound effects. And, and also, by the way, the anime swap show got canceled. By the way, guys, got taken off here. The ratings were
pretty poor,
pretty bad. They said that they cut my budget.
I got a good wrap up for you. The mafia came to you and told you to stop reporting it.
Yeah, the mafia came to me and told me to stop. Yeah,
there you go.
I used their real names and they got mad at me.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a big no-no.
So yeah, I can't do that. But yeah, so anyways, so this is anime swap.
We'll have some kind of sound effect for it.
With some better sound effects. I just kind of smashed the sound.
That's fine. We said we were gonna do it anyways.
Yeah,
we had it. Keep on continuity.
Yeah. So
this week you guys are reacting to the animes I gave y'all.
Yes,
which was Fate's Stay Night for Renee, and Rafa I gave him
the non-baka or something.
Yeah, non-baka. Yeah. So we'll start with Rafa. Let's.
Okay. I like this show. This show is cool.
I was not expecting
that. Done.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's funny. It's so flamboyant and colorful, and like I want to use the word gay, but not in like
derogatory way.
Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
You know? Gay as in like happy and like flamboyant and like, hey, look at me, and like look at all these colors, and all the characters sparkle and shine, and all the characters have crazy colorful hair, and all the characters have like pink and orange like fingernail paint, and like it's so out there.
Vibrant.
Yeah, it's vibrant. Literally, colorful. Yeah, it's like a neon light anime. It's bright. And the comedy's great. I love it. It's hilarious. I like the dynamic. I like how silly it doesn't take itself serious.
Yeah,
you can't, but the way it looks, you can't take that show seriously at all. But that's a good thing. It's funny. The one joke, man, the one joke that like the solidified the show for me, like I'm gonna like this show. That number 15 was talking to number 11, and he's like, "Hey, show me how to be like more." like better with the women,
Mhm.
you know. And the guy's like, well, you got to find what women like. And he's like, well, what do women like? And he's like, oh, well, what about this? What about that? He's like, no, that doesn't really fit for me. He's like, oh, I know what women like. Women like men. So then I'll like men. I just died laughing. I was like, this is it right here. That was such a good joke. I really enjoyed the show. I love the dynamic between the warden and the bald guy.
Yeah, the gorilla.
You hit it on the head, the nail on the head. Whatever the saying is, you're talking about how much I was gonna enjoy that.
Yeah.
The her tsundere like mannerisms.
I knew that was gonna get you. If anything, that.
It's the fucking best, man. This is a really fun show. This is definitely gonna be on my comedy anime shows to watch.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that is big praise.
Really enjoyed it. I love how silly it is, how goofy it is. I love how every character in the show, especially the guards, are just like their designs are just so over the top and they're just so silly, and you just want to know more about them and how every single character has their own, like you said, their own weird quirks.
Yeah,
like everybody has their own little weird thing about them, and it just really fits well in the comedy aspect of things. It was a lot of fun watching these 3 episodes.
Okay.
I'm all about them. High praise here.
Well, Renee, what did you think of Fate's Stay Night?
So, yeah, I had to watch Fate's Stay Night, and I at first didn't realize that the first episode was 47 minutes long.
Yeah, my bad. 100% my bad.
But you know what? Like, I'm not even really complaining about it because it really was a good show. Hector, I think last week you said like the visuals were really nice. Like, it's a beautiful looking anime. And I got sucked in right away. Like, the first episode was like definitely like more of like the backstory behind Emiya, I think is his name. And you he's kind of like, he's some sort of magic user to some degree. Like, he's obviously not really successful at it in the beginning, but he's just a normal guy who just likes to help out. And you do kind of find out that later on, like, he's trying to like practice magic because of I don't know too much of the guy, but he was an orphan and then he got adopted by was another dude who was a magic user. And there's a situation where he's like cleaning at the school or like at the dojo, and he kind of comes across these 2 guys like fighting in the field. And there was just something weird about them, and like one dude saw him and he ended up going after Emiya and ended up actually stabbing him, killing him. And then you kind of find out that someone came to like help him and kind of revived him and gave him like this ability to become like a magic master person. And so he's brought back to life, but now like he has like this like seal on his hand that lets him now control these people called like servants. And then you get introduced to the character Saber, which is, she's really beautiful. Like, the characters that are in the show are like really, they're nicely drawn, they're like beautiful people. And he learns that now, because he's been summoned as like some sort of master, he now has to fight in the Holy Grail War.
Yeah.
And the whole point of that is like you have to take down like the other servants or the other masters and the other servants in order to win the war, and you get what, like your wish, your top.
Yeah, your wish granted. Yeah.
So I thought this was really, really cool. The fight scenes, like the fight scene between Saber and the other bad guy who killed Emiya, it was beautiful. It reminded me of like Jujutsu, like just how like everything was so fluid. Like you can tell they definitely took time in these scenes. Like it just looked beautiful. It didn't look too choppy or anything. Some really good scenes, even the battle between like Saber and like the Berserker guy who looked really cool. That whole scene was just awesome. So like you know, you see all the other characters, Berserker, there's the Archer,
Lancer.
Yeah, Lancer, and Saber, who I think so far she's like my favorite. She's so cool.
100%, yeah.
She's a fan favorite.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's
she deserves it.
Favorite,
She's awesome. But yeah, as I said, the first episode, like it didn't bother me that it was so long because I felt like I needed that backstory to like just the character's cool too. Like, but it was a really good show. I definitely think this is going to be something that I will watch because if, the next 2 episodes, like there were these fight scenes were just amazing. And I'm just curious to know like how it goes down.
Yeah.
So this was a good pick.
The only issue with like the Fate series is that they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like once you're here, which is how I started, you have no idea where to go from there. So it's just like it's people have tried to make their list for it. There's so many lists out there for like what order to watch them, but I mean,
like, have you ever seen like a bubble graph where you start the circle and it kind of just does this?
Yes,
that's what Fate series is. Yeah.
So there's multiple series. Of Fate.
So there's multiple series of Fate. So there's the big timeline, right? And then there's some that go into alternate universes where like this happens, and then oh wait, guess what? This one connects back to like one of the first ones, and it's just like a big like.
It's a mess.
It's a big mess.
Oh, okay.
So I think of like like those maps where like they put like the strings, like this is attached to this. Yeah, it's that, and it's like somehow 7 is attached to 2, but 2 is attached to 5, and 5 has nothing to do with 7, but it's still part of the continuity. Like it's so weird. So
this series, what is it? Fate Night or Stay Night?
The Fate series, yeah.
But is you said this was like the newer one, right?
Yeah,
the one
so
I'm watching?
there was Fate Stay,
and
then Fate Stay Night and Limited Blade Works. And I like Limited Blade Works better than the original.
Okay, so like let's say if I do end up like watching this, like do I have to go back?
You do not have to watch the original Fate Stay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, no, I definitely need to look up a list too, because also there's separate movies that aren't series, so it's like it could be something like movie, Fate Zero, Fate Stay Night, movie series, movie. Like it's so crazy. There's so many movies. There's so many adaptations of like these shows, seasons, things like that. It's all over the place, and they're not on the same platform. You might find some on Crunchyroll. You might find some on Funimation. A lot of them are on Netflix. And then some you probably have to sail the 7 seas for. So.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's actually really good though. I was actually really happy with it.
Well, I'm glad both of you guys like your picks, but
good pick.
Yeah,
it's your turn, Rafa, to give us some stuff to watch.
Okay, so for you, Hector, I'm gonna give you Kageki Shoujo, the show that I was talking about today.
Yes, sir.
I love the show. I'm loving it for this season. I want you to enjoy it yourself. So hopefully you like it. I did want to give that to you too, Renee, but I'm gonna give you something that I know you're gonna enjoy. Rather than risking it with this show, I'm gonna give you something that I know. I already know it's gonna be a guarantee. I'm willing to put money that you're gonna like this show.
You said the shonen though, right?
Yes.
Okay, I probably will like it.
It is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Ooh. I like that. Ooh. Yes.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
Only fair. I mean,
guaranteed.
I don't think I've watched it from the beginning, but I've caught a couple episodes, but I have no idea where on the timeline I started watching it from.
Yeah.
But I hear a lot of hype behind the show.
It is an amazing show. It's one of the best animes out there. That's not something that I'm saying. That is just an all-around agreement in the anime universe. That it's one of the best shows out there.
I think we did something on the Bento in one of the previous episodes. We're like looking for the best shonen, and I'm pretty sure Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was like #1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah,
a lot of people told me about this show.
It is a shonen, but like for me, it's more like it's like it has to do. It's more than just like shonen. I feel like it's on another level. Because for me, shonen is it's like a Naruto or like a Bleach or whatever. Fullmetal Alchemist for me, it's on a different level. Just because of the storytelling and what happens with these characters and the journey they go through. Just for me, it just feels like it's a different level.
Okay.
So
looking forward to it.
Yeah. So hopefully you enjoy it. I don't know. I really wanted to give you Kageki Shoujo too, but I'm gonna take the easy route this week. I'm gonna give you one that I already know you're gonna enjoy.
Well, with that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to everybody new, old, and anybody who supports us. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. And of course, shout out to Geek Jar and shout out to everybody there. I know both myself and Rafa are already on Geek Jar, but we hope you guys enjoy the new home and enjoy the content. We'll be giving you guys a ton of anime stuff. There's a lot of things in the works, a lot of things in the talks. In talks.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. And remember, if you guys want to catch up on episodes 1 through 16, it'll be on the Bento Boxcast channel. But from here on out, it will be uploading here on the Geek Jar channel. Final shout outs, guys, before we tune off. Actually, we don't even need to do the Geek Jar.
No, we could just let them know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You know, we got the Playing Pod newscast where we talk about all about video game news that comes out every Monday. As you know, today is Tuesday, so you got all the anime podcasts goodness here.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesdays we have the Panel Pals,
Yes, sir.
which is a superhero podcast. We talk about everything superhero, comics, movies, TV shows, everything on that one. And on Thursdays we have the Derailed podcast, where that podcast has no rules, anything goes. We talk about everything and anything.
The only rule we have is we are limited to an X amount of time.
Yeah, so with that specific podcast can only go for an hour.
An hour hard cut off. It stops.
So no matter what happens at
like
60
Sopranos,
minutes,
baby.
it cuts off. So I'm pretty sure John got cut off in this one.
He 100% did.
Yeah,
He was mid sentence. I know exactly where they're gonna cut off too.
Yeah. It was good. It was a lot of fun recording these podcasts for this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, more content you're coming.
Yes, a lot of stuff. So we have full 4 days of content. For me, my favorite one, sorry guys, is the Derailed one. we had a lot of blast that one. We had a lot of blast.
Yeah, that was all over the place. 100%. It was definitely derailed.
It was definitely derailed. I derailed in my own derailment a couple of times.
Several times.
Yeah, so
As you're derailing.
as I'm derailing, exactly. Yeah. Another quick shout out. I stream on Twitch, Rough About Gaming. I tend to stream almost every day. If I miss a day, it's because I'm sleeping. Other than that, I should be streaming. And go ahead, Hector. Plug yours.
Oh yeah, of course. I also do stream. More. What is it? I'm gonna be on schedule this time for this week. Starting this week. Gonna be streaming on twitch.tv/ultra_vman variety gamer. Definitely check me out. And yeah, Renee, any last shout outs?
The only shout out, unfortunately I don't stream. My friends are the streamers. They do all the cool gaming stuff. But I actually have an Etsy shop. Me and Alex that we run together, and it's called Artisan Gamer Shop. We do art and gaming inspired decor. It's mainly been mugs at this point. We do want to get more into like coasters and candles and stuff like that. But we are working on new things for you guys. So yeah, definitely check us out. Artisan Gamer Shop.
Candles, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
to be continued.
Ooh, I like that.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Welcome to all the new viewers, like I said, all the new listeners, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Goodbye.
Bye,
See ya.
guys.
Are you gonna make a candle for Alex's booty cheeks?
Oh,